This is the Zapata Brand Podcast, Quick Hits Edition, with George Zapata, with Coach Diz, and Jersey Jay-Z.
Hey guys, we are live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at the Zapata Brand Boxing Podcast. And first thing out the gate, coaches, we got to change that intro.
Yeah, we got to, man.
Because
I'm about 20 pounds lighter.
Huge. Yeah, you are heavy. That was wow. That was back in the summer.
That was August.
August?
Yeah.
Oof.
That was August.
Yeesh. Thank God you went on a thank God you went on a diet. You were huge.
A little big.
Oh, I'd say a little more than big.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Either way, let's get to the boxing things. We haven't talked in a while. We haven't a quick hits, possibly getting Jersey Jay-Z on. He's right now currently helping Greg Valentino. Greg Valentino is live right now on his channel. Greg Valentino, he is doing his live videos now, and his girlfriend Lucia needs help moderating right now because he's got a ton of people in the chat. There's a ton of people there, so it's hard for him. It is hard for him to keep up with that. But either way, let's go to what the news of the boxing world is going to.
Yeah.
First thing first, obviously, big fight no longer. Well, it's rescheduled for May 18th. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Bad cut over the right eye, and it's the same eye that he was cut in the Wallen fight, which I had Kevin Iole on. We talked a little bit about it. That is now going to be a constant problem. So my question is this: number one, the fight being rescheduled, does it come off because he's going to have to now spar? I would imagine he'd have to spar with the bar across his face because he does spar with an open headgear.
But that came up it was like an elbow, wasn't it?
It looked like an elbow to me. I don't think he said elbow.
Okay.
I don't know if he said elbow.
It looked close.
It looked like a very bad elbow to me. I don't know if it was. It was a very weird angle. Either way, the skin on his above his eyelid. It's the eyelid. It's not above his brow. It's the eyelid, which is a very bad place to have a cut because it's not as the elasticity is going to go away as he gets older, and it's hard to make that to close that suture. It's hard. So my question to you would be this: number one, how do you think he will to spar for this fight? Because there's a $10 million penalty if you pull out.
I don't think that's going to hurt Tyson Fury. The $10 million. I think he's making. How much is he making for this fight?
About 90.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, it's still $10 million. It's $10 million.
$10 million bucks.
I think he's gonna still spar, but I think it's gonna be like there's gonna be some directions like, look, stay away from this side. But again, when you're in the middle of this, when you're in the middle of sparring and stuff, things happen.
Shit happens.
I think he's gonna have to spar, just to see the quickness of, because Usyk's pretty fast. His footwork is good.
Good footwork. He's fast. He's quick, and one of the things that I saw with this fight is. Now, here's what a controversy I saw. They had Tyson Fury put up a picture of him how good shape he in. That picture was before. That was a while ago.
Was it?
Yeah, they said it was a few years ago, the picture.
Oh, geez. Now, did you hear it? I heard, I don't know if it was clickbait, but I thought I heard there was some stuff going on in his training camp. Did you hear that?
I heard there was a lot going on in his training camp. I heard he got dropped by a cruiserweight that guy can punch. That guy can absolutely punch. But we do have a question here. Coach Diz, nice shirt, but sorry, I don't know much about boxing. That is a nice shirt. That reminds me of the old Jersey City shirts you get on the Broadwalk there. But yeah, definitely one of these shirts that are.
That's an old school. We got to change that too, man.
You are huge in that picture.
Yeah, look at that.
Maybe you should get in a ring at some point and start fighting. I don't know.
Well, I was going to announce something at the end of this.
Oh, good. Nice. I'll getting in the ring. Let me know.
I'll say it right now. You're weighing, I'll weigh in too.
Yeah, but my weight is 189. If you can get to 189, If you get to 189, I'll give you $1,000.
What you're gonna give me 1,000? You know what? Make it 2, and I'll make sure I'll get the 180.
I know
I'll get the
$1,000. I'll give you $1,000 cash. The
All right.
second you walk into the shop, I'll give you $1,000 cash. If
All
you're
right.
189, $1,000 because
189 and low. What if I'm lower?
I'll go 10 pounds for every pound lower.
10 pounds for every pound lower. What do you mean 10 pounds?
So if at 189, I weigh in at 189. If let's say you come in 189, $1,000. You come in at 188, $1,010. 187, $1,020.
Okay.
You know,
All
so you know, and everybody here, you know, there's people on the chat that have heard that. They're gonna hold me to that, but I you know how that goes.
All right. Well, I'll make sure.
Yeah,
sure.
let's.
I mean, you saw me
Well,
this
it's on
weekend.
now.
I
It's
was
on.
not
It's on
eating.
live
I was
now,
not
so it doesn't
eating.
matter.
I was not eating.
Well, I mean, you can't. They can't drag you in here. I mean, you got to actually get on the scale. You got to get on the scale. I mean, there has to be some sort of rules here. But let's get back to we're getting off track. We're getting off track. Okay. So Tyson Fury, there was problems in there. The cruiserweight that so evidently knocked him down. He said no. The cruiserweight said he did not. But then again, the guy's Jai Apatato. He's I believe that's how I pronounce his name. Huge puncher, a huge puncher. So getting dropped by his record? He's undefeated.
Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I could tell you, he was my knockout of the year. Remember the guy bounced off the ropes?
Yes.
That guy can punch, just outright flat punch. So he Jai Apatato. Oh boy. Oh, let's spell this one.
All right, let's just.
But he denied it. He said no, that's not what happened. So.
But again, you can't. I don't know how much you can take into that because they're still in camp. They weren't just in camp. He's probably going to be a sparring partner for him later on. I don't know.
What's his record here? Professional career. He is. Yeah, I believe he's undefeated here. Jai Apatato, boxing rec. But no, he's a guy who I mean, he's definitely but he's more professional, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely is more professional. He's a guy who has been in there with a lot of fight. Yeah, 24-0, 19 knockouts.
Oof. Okay.
Just he's a guy who could punch. He can absolutely punch. So not a big deal. You get knocked out or knocked down. He didn't get knocked out. No big deal. But if you go back to Tyson Douglas, same sort of situation, had issues in his camp. He gets knocked down. They didn't make a big deal about it. Well, it turns out it was a big deal. He gets taken out of there. So the second part of that question was with you bringing up the camp situation. Let's just say, for argument's sake, he doesn't make this fight.
Okay.
Do you think you move Joshua Francis winner to fight Usyk? But then again, if you do that, that's 3 fights with Usyk for Joshua.
Yeah, and nothing's gonna change after that.
Nothing will change. No, I don't think there's a change there. What do you think of Joshua versus Francis right now? Right now, if you were going to say who's going to win.
Right now, if I just don't think Joshua's chin is good, man. I really don't think so.
Let me tell you, I was the more I was looking at it. Initially, I thought it'd be a close fight with AJ losing.
Okay.
I thought he would lose. More as I'm going on, I think he's going to knock Francis out. I just have a gut feeling. I think he's going to knock him out.
The only thing I think because Francis fought Tyson Fury first, so now Joshua's like, all right, this guy's going to – that's the only thing. If he takes it serious,
yeah.
Okay.
I just think he might knock him out. I don't know why. I have a funny feeling that it's kind of like almost like those stories that are too good to be true. And like, there's no way this guy, and then all of a sudden, like, nah, not really. They pull the carpet out from underneath you, and yeah, he gets knocked out. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing I said that was this could be a problem. That could be a problem.
If he just boxes him, he would beat him. If AJ boxes him, he will beat him.
But can AJ box him for 12 rounds?
I don't know.
But then again, can Francis go 12 at a pace that not that tight that Tyson Fury said that Anthony Joshua was going to set? It's going to be a different pace. Different pace.
I don't know. I
I
don't
don't know if
know.
he could beat him. But also,
Let me
last
ask you this. Let me ask you this. What do you think of Parker stepping in and fighting Usyk instead of Tyson if that falls out?
no, I think you'd have to go with that other guy. Just forgot his name. Herkovic.
Okay.
Phil Herkovic. Yeah, you'd have to fight him. He is the mandatory. It would be you'd get him out of the way quick. He would do it. They won't do that. They will not do that. That the Saudi prince, the Turkai Al
No, I'm
Sheikh.
telling you, he holds no. He is
Yeah, but
straight
you know
up.
he's not gonna. He is not gonna let that get away. There's no way he's gonna have a chance of that guy upsetting because that guy wouldn't sell. That guy doesn't sell really. You got to have Tyson versus Usyk to make one champion, and then move on to the next guy. If Phil Herkovic is the next in line, which he wouldn't be, but that would be it. They got to set Tyson against Joshua.
Okay, so let's say Tyson versus Usyk. Have you heard anything when the date's going to be or anything like that?
Tyson Usyk is
Yeah.
Tyson Usyk is May 18th,
Okay.
which that gives him plenty of time to get that build up. The problem is it's going to cut.
Who do you see in that fight? Who do you see in that fight winning?
Tyson.
Okay.
And Tyson. I mean, I think the odds are swinging a little bit more towards Usyk, but I still think Tyson wins. Gets because I think they have to somehow get that fight. Even if he goes to a decision, doesn't knock him out, they're gonna make him not get knocked out. They're gonna make him the champ. They're gonna make him win. Somehow they're gonna make him Tyson versus AJ at some point here. That's the only real big money fight. Now, would Francis versus Tyson be another significant fight again? I don't think so. I saw the fight again after Kevin Iole was telling me about it. Well, I watched it initially. I watched it at a wedding, so I really couldn't see it. I watched it again. That was not a good fight. He's right. No. That was not a good fight.
No,
it was pretty boring. It was very boring. It wasn't a great fight.
The only thing that was good about it was Francis knocked him down, and that's what everybody went up and on.
But if you look at it too, like he's not.
He picked them apart. He
looked good. He looked good as for an MMA fighter, but there was a lot of holes there. I was like, "Ooh, this might not be good." But for an MMA fighter, he looked good and could give guys problems. But I think now it's almost like you're the rookie in baseball, first time around, and he is on fire, does great. All of a sudden, the pitcher's like, "Okay, this."
They got the scouting report.
They got the scouting report, and this is what he does. This is what his weaknesses. This is what his strengths are. We'll stay away from his strengths, expose his weakness. Hence, could be a knockout. That's what I see. That's what I see. So, also over last week, surprisingly, Carl Weathers, 76 years old, passed away. Now, that's not a boxing guy, but a great football linebacker back in his day. The epitome of a villain bad guy. I mean, I don't know the impact he had. If you remember the watching Rocky, what did you think of him? Not only as an actor, but how he portrayed Apollo Creed.
I think he was great as Apollo Creed. I think everything. He had the looks. He had it was just he was just a great actor, and the spinoff with the Creed with it was great. Just the whole storyline was great with Apollo Creed. Now,
did you like 1, 2, or 3? Let's take those, or 4, because we kind of.
Who?
I think I'm gonna write down. Wait. Before you say it, I'm gonna write down what I think you're gonna say. Okay. Go ahead.
I like 3.
That's 3 because of Hulk Hogan.
No, well, I like him and Rocky. I like him and Balboa training together, and when he brought him into the underground gym and stuff like that. That's what I like.
But taking him back to where he became or who he was. So, that was
Which one do you like?
Me, I like 3 too, only because I like the montage, the training montages. I like that they're put together. Again, that's why that's why I really am big on those vignettes that they used to do before HBO Sports started. Why I think they should go back to doing that. Which I think when you go to see things like Pro Box, they go back into the guy's storyline, who he is, because that way you can be invested in the person himself. Because there's no reason. I mean, why do you think UFC is as popular as it is? Because you're invested in that person. And that was a big change.
Every fight, there's embedded. There's everything.
And you know what? This is the other thing. Doing this stuff with technology stuff is so cheap now. You can't cost that much money. And there's kids that do this stuff. You can't.
Speaking of technology, you see the Apple Video or Apple Pro? Video Pro. I'll look it up. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Why? What's it
It's
about?
like you put on like ski goggles. Basically, that's what it is.
Oh, good
But
lord.
it's like Minority Report. You can have like different screens and stuff hooked up. You can be looking at your Twitter, your X. You can be looking at your
Are these glasses?
YouTube. They're right now. They're huge, like ski goggles. It's called
Okay.
Apple Pro Video or something
Apple
like that.
Vision Pro.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Apple Vision Pro.
Well, let's just do
It's
this now.
ridiculous. I mean, there was someone at. There you go.
No,
There was
there we
someone
go.
at front row of a basketball game, had it on, and he was watching other basketball games in his. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I mean, it's just
I'm gonna
crazy.
try to see what the hell this is in a second. Let's see if we can figure this out. I'll take the volume off so we don't get a flag. This one.
And you can see it's like everything. You can have Netflix.
First of all, you look stupid.
Of course, it's going to change. It's going to change exactly. I mean, it's going to change. It's where we're going, man.
Yeah, maybe, but like
no one's going to be walking around with ski goggles on.
It's ridiculous. I think it's stupid. I mean, they've got to make it smaller. It's like almost like the cell phone. Oh shit, that looks good.
Yeah. Now, yeah, everything is there.
Wow, that looks good. Huh.
Just how big it is on your head, and it got everything.
Oh wow, that doesn't look bad. You know what? That doesn't look bad. Okay, I take that back.
Look at that. You can have you see, you got Netflix on the one side. You got
boy, that's that you know what? That'd be a great way not to talk to your wife. Boy, he's put those things on. Don't have to talk to her.
I don't know about that.
No, I do. Anyway,
so what's next?
Next up, a couple other things coming up on Thursday. Teofimo Lopez stepping in with Jermaine Ortiz. Now, this is a fighter.
Crazy, it's a Thursday.
Oh, well, Super Bowl.
Oh, duh. But they could have did it Saturday night.
No, all that crap going on. No one's going to pay attention. No, there's too much money. Where is this fight?
How come you couldn't do it in Vegas?
Well, Super Bowl is in Vegas, right?
So we do it all Saturday night. Well, I know Saturday night in Vegas. There's the awards.
No way. There'd be two. It was crowded on a State Farm show. State Farm had this convention when I was there. It was crowded, packed there. No way. I would never do it in that weekend. So I think because of the Super Bowl, they're going to do it on a Thursday. Thursday's a good night to do it because people are
not going out. Yeah, home.
What's this now?
They're home.
People are used to Thursday night football. Now they're doing
this on ESPN, right?
ESPN Plus. Yeah, it's a fight where Jermaine Ortiz, a good fighter, he fought Lomachenko. It was close. People thought that he won. I don't think he won. I thought it was closer than people thought, but I think he was definitely in the fight. Now, does that mean he fought Teofimo Lopez with a bad shoulder? Is that different than the Teofimo Lopez that we're going to see this one? I think Teofimo Lopez is one of the most underrated fighters at 140.
We talked about that last time.
They just overlook him because of one fight against George Kambosos.
And at one fight, he was not healthy.
He was not healthy. He was not in the best condition.
But he was fighting to the end. I mean, he was fighting.
Well, that's what I mean. He's got some balls. That guy can fight. That guy absolutely can fight. He's got the talent. He's got the skill. He's one of these guys who, if on any given night, can put on a great performance and beat anybody from 147 down. Okay. I do. I mean, I think he can. I think it's a fight that he's a fighter that puts that pressure on you. He has so many great combinations. You don't even know where they're coming from. Half of them you don't even know. Half these combinations come from different angles, and with his father in his corner, he does well. So that too is it will be
I think he is he is a person that no one really wants to fight. Like you said, mm-hmm. He's his skill. He's very quick. He's a quick fighter, and that's and he has a chin. I don't think how many times has he been knocked down? If not any.
Once.
I don't. He has been.
Kambosos knocked him down the first or second round. Actually,
Okay.
very
Could have
early.
been a flash knockdown. But
There was a flash knockdown, but it was early, and like it kind of set the tone for him. But then he got Kambosos down too, so it wasn't like it was just a one thing. This is what's causing the log jam here. Ryan Garcia. Well, let's go to the fight that was announced. Rolly Romero, Pitbull Cruz.
Your boy Rolly.
Right. Rolly, my man. Now, Rolly Romero is now fighting Pitbull. Ryan Garcia is kind of out of the picture. They're saying he's going to fight Devin Haney.
I can't see that happening.
I can't see it happening either because Ryan just tweeted or Devin Haney just tweeted something. If I can get it up here, I will. He just said on his thing about I'd say it was today. Let's see about Ryan Garcia. And this happens. This is the third fighter who said this about Ryan Garcia. Okay. He said, I'm trying to find it here. I won't screenshot it yet. Well, okay, here's what he said. And this is coming directly from Devin Haney. In the tweet, he said Ryan Garcia is oh, good Lord. Okay. He said Ryan Garcia is the true definition of a coward. A few weeks ago, he wanted sympathy because he was having mental issues. This week, he's talking beep about me. It's funny how okay, now this isn't what he said here. This was not it. It was essentially he said Ryan Garcia to Ryan Garcia's camp, send me a real contract. Because I guess the offer was 10 mil. But Ryan and Tank made 30 million apiece. You know, I don't know if Tank's the draw or Ryan's the draw, but neither one of them, without Ryan Garcia, I don't think Tank or Devin Haney put those numbers in.
But I don't think so. I mean, what are you hearing about Tank? Is he him and any Devin
Tank
Haney? Anything?
I'm hearing Tank and Frank Martin.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I heard, but I think
come on, man. Come on.
What's that?
I said, come on. You know,
Frank Martin.
We need them to fight like Haney or
They
Lopez.
always do. Here's what they're doing. They're putting the money issue up front. They're putting that money issue up front. They want the Saudi money.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Gervonta Davis was all. Gervonta Davis said he wanted 2 Ferraris. Did you hear what the guy said to him?
Yeah, I'll send you 2 gloves.
I'll send you 2 gloves. Which, give him credit. You know,
he does not hold back.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. And you know what? He who has the power, he who has the money makes the rules. Look, nobody is paying that kind of money. Any of these promoters are not paying that kind of money for guys that it takes so much to get to fight. No one's doing it. That's why they're going overseas. As much as Tyson Fury against Usyk would draw here, Tyson is guaranteed $90 million. Besides Mayweather Pacquiao, which would not happen, they wouldn't have got the money then. Besides that fight, nobody is paying that kind of money to see them two. Nobody. I don't care who it is.
Then say if you pull out
$10 million. Are you kidding me? Like
no promoter saying that.
The promoter doesn't even care at that point, because he's like, well, if he's paying him, what does the promoter care? The promoter's job is to get that guy in the ring to promote the fight. That's it. Get him in the ring. Get these two together. When you have these guys fighting and carrying on, it's not going to happen. Can't happen. There's not enough money, and it was something I was talking to somebody else about. They're pricing themselves out.
Yeah.
And that's
you were just talking about what was it? The Rolly versus Pitbull. What was that? $70?
$79 I saw. I mean, who's buying $79 pay-per-view?
And is Keith Thurman the main event?
He is against Tim Tszyu. Now, here's the thing with that fight. All right, so Tim Tszyu, 154. Keith Thurman hasn't fought in 3 years. Now, he can punch. The guy can absolutely bang.
Was his last fight Pacquiao?
No, his last fight was a guy right after that. I forget his name. Um, he won. He won a close. It was Barrios. It was a close fight. The guy who just knocked out that guy from England.
Okay.
So it was a close fight. It was good. I mean, Thurman can absolutely bang. He's a great athlete. Can fight.
Yep.
The problem is when you're inactive for that long against a guy who's rising, you have a problem.
Yeah.
You got a big problem because he can bang. Tim Tszyu has got a punch, and he's just bigger than you naturally. And your first fight out of the gate is this. Not a good recipe. It's a recipe for disaster.
The first couple rounds are going to be very interesting. Very interesting.
Well, to see if he has his legs.
Yeah.
You got to find out if Keith Thurman has his legs. If he don't have his legs, he's in trouble. Big trouble. I mean, it could happen quick. I mean, I don't see this going long. I don't. I don't know what you think, but have you seen Tim Tszyu fight?
I saw a couple of them, but again, it all depends on what Keith Thurman's doing.
And here's the other thing.
I liked him back once. I liked him years ago. I liked him.
Keith? Yeah. Here's the other thing with that point. They're charging $79. Not many people know Tim Tszyu.
Mm-hmm.
He might be big in Australia. I mean, Leo probably know him. Lee Priest will probably know him, but they don't. Tim Tszyu is not big here. Not yet, at least. Because a nice following, but he's not big here. The fight is here. You know, is Amazon
dangerous fight? Dangerous fight.
It's a crazy dangerous fight. It's crazy dangerous.
Because Keith Thurman, he just bangs. His hands are down. He
doesn't. And here's the other thing: Tim Tszyu, big body puncher. Keith don't like the body.
Nope.
He does not like the body, and I like Keith. I think he's a good fighter. He's a great competitor. He's a great athlete, just a great athlete in general.
Yeah.
I remember Keith as in the amateurs. It's great. The problem is you're fighting at a different level against a big dude, and he's going down, not up. And that's it's different. You know what I mean? It's a different ball game there. We have D Style Boxing. How's it going, fellas? Hey, D Style, how are you? Thanks for joining. So if you have, D Style, if you have any questions, please just ask us here. We have a couple other things going on, but quickly, Olivia Ford fought for the 2024 Silver Gloves.
George, we talked about it yesterday. We talked about it yesterday.
It was close. The fight was very close. I mean, I thought Olivia won.
I did too.
The girl she fought was crazy. We got people saying Tszyu in 6. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it's going to be a good fight. I mean, I just don't see it.
It's very, that was first couple rounds.
Elliot Army, hello from St. Lucia. Hello, Elliot Army. How are you? And what I'm saying is, she fought a great fight to get that far up, to get that far in advance. That is that's enough for this time. Now, this is like her third or fourth. I believe it's her fourth national title. So, she wanted to get the 5th one. Okay, so it's fine. This is her last Silver Gloves competition. She's now moving on. I'm sure she'll be here in the Pennsylvania Golden Gloves.
Of course.
She is fighting on my show. She's fighting. I don't know who she's fighting. I know I'll be top, second. I don't know who the co-main event is. She'll be the 3rd, I'm sure. I'm sure she'll be 3rd because you don't want to put Sean and her too close.
Yeah. Yeah.
That way that they can fight. Yeah, he trains her. I mean, you're gonna pop out and then fight the main event. Not conducive to a good night. No. But other those two, though, what are you hearing about the UFC 300 main event? We've been going back and forth about this.
I don't
it
know.
Is a very tough call. I always thought that they somehow wanted to get Kazmat Chimaev in the main event to get a title. They want the title on his way somehow, or to get it. You tell me he has passport issues. I agree. There is something going on with the passport there.
Because he would be over. He would be on 300. He would. There's no issue. If his passport, visa, and all that is good, he would be on 300.
Well, what I did see, and I'll tell you this, you showed it to me, and now it's starting to all make sense. 300, the number 3, that it's very prominent in the promo 3. Okay. What did Brendan Schaub say today?
He said that it's going to be, well, what he expects it to be probably would be who is it? Tom Aspinall versus Pereira for the
Mhm.
both belts, I guess, or for
That's
the
a
heavyweight
big
belt.
jump. That's a
Yeah, it's a
big
big.
jump.
They're both champions. It's they're going to be double champ, I think, for Pereira. And then the one that I talked about a couple weeks ago, and you put the brakes on it, but Conor versus Edwards. That's the one that
Yeah,
we're hearing about
that's the one that I think they're going to go with that. I think they will.
because you want Conor to be the last person. Well, Edwards will be the last person out.
Yeah, no, I
If
agree.
it's a main event.
I'll tell you what, Connor might be the last person out. He might get knocked out.
Oh,
I,
he's
I,
gonna.
I,
Conor's
I do
terrible.
not see any way Conor McGregor comes back into this like that and becomes champ. There's no way. There's no way.
No,
I think he's so far gone that can't happen. I don't think it can.
What about Nate Diaz and Conor?
Nah, the Nate Diaz, stop with the Nate Diaz too.
They need
Nate
to get
Diaz
a name.
is boring.
They need to get a name in there.
He's boring. He's boring.
I know, but he brings.
I'm sorry. Nate Diaz is long. I like Nate Diaz. He's
but he
boring.
Brings the people. That's what they all care about. He brings the fans in to watch the eyes.
It could be, but he's boring, and I wouldn't pay to watch that. I wouldn't. There's no what.
So
what
would you pay to watch Edwards versus Conor?
Just to see Conor get knocked out. I honestly think Conor's going to get knocked out.
I think he's going to get knocked out by Michael Chandler.
So he'd be 0 for 2 in the 2 fights. The only person that I think Conor would have had a chance to beat coming back on something like that is someone on a lower level who hadn't been into a big fight. Someone on a lower level. Definitely not a Edwards. Definitely not a Poirier or something like that. No way.
What about Jorge
Masvidal?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, because I think Jorge would bang with him. I think he'd get caught. I think so. Yeah. I don't know.
They need to announce this real soon. I mean, pretty soon.
Has to come quick. Because these tickets are on sale. Would have to go on sale. I'm sure they're on sale now, but still.
This is the first time that the main event has not been announced and the tickets are on sale, or they were on sale.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Holly Holmes fighting. I don't know if she's gonna. That's gonna be a tough weight cut for
Harrison.
That's a tough weight cut for her. She should make it, but she's a professional. She should make it.
It's also going to be a tough fight.
Who's that?
Aljamain Sterling going up to fight Kattar. That's going to be a tough fight for him. Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling.
But I'll tell you what, Aljo can wrestle. He's actually, and if he doesn't have to cut that much, he might not be so bad. I think his chin is a little deceptive. I think the one time he got knocked out, he got that knee.
Yeah, that was bad.
Besides that one, no, I'm talking about the one he got knocked out. It was bad. It was really bad. Yes, that was bad. But I think his chin's a little bit better than that. I think he depletes himself to get down. I think he really cuts himself down, and that's tough. That's a tough thing to do. Tough thing to do it that way. I mean, listen, I can tell when I'm cutting weight, how when I get hit, it's like, ooh, that hurts. It hurts a little bit more because you're depleting your body. You're depleting your body. I want my body to be as best physical shape as I can be before I fight. When I don't feel good, that's worse. When I don't feel good, it's worse because I feel depleted for myself. Let alone that stuff. What do you got? A cat over there?
You hear him?
Yeah. What is going on over there?
He's trying to attack me or something. I don't know.
I think I was like, what the hell is that noise?
I'm looking at it. I'm like, get that.
Well, people are dropping off. As we're sitting here watching the live. D Style Boxing. I don't know who he is, but I think he's on No Duck Zone podcast. I think he is.
Okay.
He's D Free. I think he is. I'm not positive, but he's very well known in the area there. I see him on a lot of podcasts. I've seen him on. I've seen him on a bunch. I see him on there. He's always in and out of the pod. He's a very knowledgeable about boxing. I think he's trains down there, down in DC, the DC area. Not certain, but I think that's who it is. Not positive though. But if he joins on there, if he could pop in on the chat, that'd be fine. I'd like to talk to him a little bit there. But other than those coming up, what other boxing events that are coming up that are down the pipe here?
You got the AJ versus Francis. What about Terrence Crawford? That was going on.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that quick. Now, I talked to somebody, who I talked to, that said absolutely it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. I would think that person would know. He says it's not happening. Okay. But I mean, every time. I mean, there are podcasts that are taking polls and
They're running with
they're
it too.
running with it, and it's going to happen. But the same guy who announced this was going to happen because he's close to Canelo and he's close to Eddie Reynoso, had something way off before, something way off. So his track record isn't the greatest. I just don't. Here's the only reason my only fall against that was this: if you're PBC and you've signed Canelo for 3 fights, why would you put the potential of a loss in the second fight? You got to put on the third fight, because if he loses, oh no, that's not DC. But who's this? DC? That's not me. Oh, it's not. Okay, my bad. I don't know. But thanks for joining though. It's we appreciate it. DC box wasn't D-free. You want to put that third fight that's the possibility of the loss. Oh, he's in El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
I know who this guy is. I think I keep saying I know these people. I don't. I think I do. I have so many people in boxing I know. I'm going to say it again. I think he might be the guy who runs those shows. I don't know. What's your D Style Boxing? What is your handle on IG? Yes. Okay. The Round Table. That's what it is. Yes. Yep. Okay. Now I know what it is. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Please, guys, go to his podcast there, HCP Podcast, and the Round Table. A lot of good informative stuff there. He's a great guy there. Has a great show, and we support that channel too. Well, I know we all subscribe and like his channel too. Okay. We have here. Oh, here we go. Okay. Mikey, what is 3 fights you would like to see this year? Mine would be Lewis Crocker versus Conor Benn, Aaron McKenna versus Chris Eubank Jr., and Crawford versus Canelo. Well, I'll tell you what. The Aaron McKenna fight, I think you got reversed. I think Lewis Crocker and Aaron McKenna, not that I know anything, it's just what I'd heard. Not so sure. I think that's going to be reversed. Aaron McKenna and Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr. has got to straighten himself out a little bit. I heard he had a split with his dad. Not good. And Canelo versus Crawford. Canelo Crawford, I say yes, but again, I keep going to that third fight. I don't know. I would love to see that fight this year, but I'd actually like to see, how about Canelo versus the person he should fight? This person he should fight, Benavidez. Okay. If you're going to do the 3-fight deal, and Benavidez is going to be that third fight where you do it in the Sphere on Independence Weekend, May 5th of 2025, fight Crawford, because he'd be the least of those two that would lose, because I don't think he's going to get by Benavidez. Right now, I think he can, but if it's your last fight, make it Benavidez, the third one. If you're not going to fight Benavidez, make the third fight Crawford, put Munguia, knock Munguia out. And I saw the way they were talking on the show, and they were talking about on the show about how when Munguia knocked him out, did you see De La Hoya and Hopkins jumping in the ring, and they announced that is the telltale sign they're trying to push him forward. Although Fred Rose said he's not ready. If Canelo offered you $10 million, you take that fight. Yeah. I mean, he could fight Berlanga. He could as the second fight. I don't think he will, but he could, because there's not many things that can fit in here. There's not many things that can fit. Canelo's on the tail end of his career, and I've said that twice, and he's always proved me wrong. But I think he's really on the tail end. He has to be. He didn't look spectacular, but he looked okay.
I would say one of the fights I want to look at, I want to see Tank versus Haney. I do. That's one of the fights I want to see. I think Tank is
steadfast. Tank is steadfast, staying at 140 or 135. He does not want to move up.
Now, what? Okay. What about Lopez and Haney?
Lopez and Haney. That's the fight I want to see. Those two guys. Now listen,
father versus father.
So now remember, they fought in the amateurs. They fought. You saw the sparring that they've had. Man, that's a great fight. That is a fantastic fight.
And I think I might have that 50-50. I think that might be, if not lean towards Lopez a little bit.
I have it 50-50. I lean towards Haney on that one, only because I think Haney's fresher, hasn't been in the wars that Lopez has. like if you look at the Kambosos fight,
Yeah.
that was a tough fight for
Even-
Lopez. No, what? No,
even
no,
a-
I wasn't. I wasn't a tough fight for Haney. Both those back to back.
No, I was gonna say even a Lomachenko fight for Lopez.
Lopez.
Yeah,
Um,
it was a tough fight. It was a tough fight. He had to
it
think
was
a lot.
tough, but I think it wasn't as bad because Lopez is not that. Lomachenko is not that big. You know what I mean? So it's not going to take that toll on him. But holy
Mentally.
crap, mentally maybe, but not so much of that. One of the other ones that I saw was one of the other fights that I saw in that I would like to see at some point would be Crawford stepping up and fighting someone like in a different weight class. So whether it's going
What about
down.
Charlo?
Yeah, Charlo. Because I don't see Crawford. I think blows a lot of these people away. Like I don't want to see him fight Canelo right now. Give him some time. So fight a Charlo. Fight a Caleb Plant right there. Caleb Plant type of guy.
Okay.
You know that's a fair.
Now is
assessment.
Crawford fighting? Is that signed or no?
What's that?
Crawford Spence too. Is that signed?
No, that dropped off.
Okay.
He Spence has some eye issues going on.
Yeah, he had
everybody
surgery a
knows
couple weeks
that. It's not. I'm not talking out of turn. He has some eye issues here. I don't know. I think Spence is going to be done. That's my opinion. I think going to be done. You know what? Why not Crawford fight Munguia? You happen to see that fight?
I mean, Crawford stepping up. I think
Crawford would knock him out. I think Munguia is so wide. I mean, he throws punches from, Louisiana, and I mean, but when he hits you, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
He's just gonna outbox him. He's gonna be slick with it.
He'll punch in between his punches. It'll be over quickly.
I was watching. He was in training. Crawford's in training right now, and how he's switching from southpaw going back to righty. It's pretty. Yeah. The way he does it so smoothly, you can't even tell. You can't even tell.
He's a tough guy. I always pick against him, and I never. I'll never pick against him again. I look so stupid on the Porterweight podcast.
Even against Canelo.
No, I wouldn't pick against him. No, I look so stupid.
Stupid already. You look stupid.
No, I look stupid. I was on the Porterweight podcast, and I was like,
you were getting picked apart.
Oh my God, the comments. I was like, my kid was looking at him. He's going, Dad, these guys don't like you. It's part of the deal. Who would have thought that though? Nobody would have thought that. Nobody would have.
Damn, I was like, there's no way. Spence never went down.
Oh, you got boom, oof, yeesh, yikes. Yeah, we definitely. One of the other things that I always wanted to say is if we could somehow get these boxers and these promoters together to get it as close to Dana White's boxing model, because Eddie Hearn was talking about how the luxury Dana White has just to say this is the fight that's going to happen and that's what you're going to deal with.
Yeah.
But Oscar De La Hoya is putting together this. You know who does it really good? Pro Box. They just don't have the promotion behind him. But Oscar De La Hoya is putting together this thing. It's like the Apex.
Yeah.
He's putting it together. It's going to be all fighters that are fighting under the banner. It's a small place. So just similar to the Apex. I think it's like 2,000, 1,500 people. They're going to all go in there. They're going to sit there. They're going to fight their guys, build up their guys. Again, making you invested in these fighters so that you want to go see them fight. You will go pay money and then move to the T-Mobile as it gets bigger. Unfortunately, the Saudis taking a lot of the big fighters.
Yeah.
They're just going to pay that money over there. And everyone's like, well, at some point you got to lose. Well, they got a ton of money. You'd have
that
to
money
be
does not end that.
ridiculous.
There's no ending to that money.
You have to be ridiculous to lose that money. You'd have to be like, me at a casino. I mean, that's how much that's how bad you'd have to be to lose that kind of money. It's really bad. Like you'd have to overspend. But they're overspending here in the States, and that's why these guys aren't making money. They overpaying these guys for one fight on the show. There's nothing underneath it, but you're not invested in those guys. You got to be invested in them. You got to put those things that HBO used to do, put them together. It's cheap to do this now. Look at it. I'm a dumb bagel guy, and I got this set up here that looks somewhat professional. I have no idea what I'm doing, not a clue what I'm doing, and I can kind of talk and do. And this stuff is not that expensive, and you could farm it out to other people that are way more talented than me.
Yeah, but that little thing that you do when you talk, it's from you gained a lot of experience from talking to bagel shop, from just talking to customers. I mean,
I think that has a lot to do with it. Yeah,
that you pick up on that. You can sit there and talk conversation with anybody.
The thing is, you got to be nice. In my business, you have to be nice. You can't be rude. If you're rude, they ain't coming back. And that's why a lot of times it's very professional. We got someone here telling, "What's up, Coach? What's up, Coach Diz?" Stogie Al Azul says, "What's up, Coach Diz? What's your guys' prediction on Lopez versus Ortiz?" Coach, what do you think?
What's up? I think it's going to be Lopez. No, it's going to be Ortiz. No, Lopez.
Ortiz.
Lopez. I was thinking of
Pitbull. Scared the shit out of me.
It's going to be Lopez. I think it's going to go 8 rounds.
I'm going to go. It's going to be a decision. I think it's going to go to Lopez. I think Lopez is going to get some rounds in. Ortiz is a tough guy, man. He's a tough guy. He has different angles. He's just a tough guy. Now, Lopez did say he knows him well.
I think Lopez is going to knock him out.
And he said that he quits. True or not? I don't know.
Lopez in 8.
Okay, Lopez in 8. I'm going to say unanimous decision for Lopez. And
I think Lopez needs a knockout.
He has to look good. He can't look bad. He has to look good. They're definitely putting him up they're definitely pushing him in for bigger and better things to come. And again, I think it's going to be the Haney fight next. I just don't know if Garcia Haney, they can get it together. I mean, when you offer someone $10 million or $20 million, that means you don't want to fight. Haney made a ton of money. You're gonna give him 10? He's the champ. You give him 10. Garcia's never even won a title. A lot of people don't know that. He's never even won a championship. Let's be honest. Hasn't won anything. Not to say that's bad. I'm just saying he hasn't won anything. What he brings to the table? The following, the money. He brings that to the table. He's got skill. I'm not saying he don't have skill, but when it comes push to shove, Tank showed. Tank was smaller. Devin Haney beats him pretty easily too.
Yeah, I think Devin Haney beats him pretty easily too.
Thank you, Sogi. We'll keep you in mind there. And don't forget, guys, the super chats are open. You can do a super chat here for $1.99. How about that?
Wow.
We'll split that 3 ways. Jersey Jay-Z.
Are we going to get a special guest?
Jersey Jay-Z still hasn't joined. I don't know where the hell he is. He was on with Greg Valentino live. Him, Lee Priest, Lucia was on.
He's been doing it, man. He's been doing it.
Jersey Jay-Z, get that Sam Sulek.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
I don't know who that guy is. I know he's evidently, my kid thinks he's the greatest thing in the world. And I don't know him. He lifts weights, and he's huge, gigantic. But he's very popular with the TikTokers and what have you too. Yeah. Interesting. That's definitely an interesting interesting dynamic there with Jersey Jay-Z and Greg. I think Jay-Z's going live on Thursday. He'll be doing that too.
Now the question is he going to be dressed up as something?
Probably. It's Jay-Z. I mean, it's always something. It's never anything normal. But this weekend, Super Bowl's not this weekend, is it?
Yes, it is.
It is. Mm-hmm. Super Bowl weekend. Usually I will take my picks there. We have a couple things going on. It is getting late here on the East Coast. We are now approaching 9 o'clock, and my wife is going to kill me. Quickly, we have the San Francisco 49ers going against the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes, Purdy. Coach Diz, you are the resident football analyst, fantasy football.
Champ. I'm the champ. Let's see. Yeah, he
will embarrass Ryan. Yeah, 100% right in my opinion too. By the way, D-Style Boxing coming in with the chat there. Absolutely. So before we get to that pick, my son and I met Devin Haney getting a haircut. And that's one of the reasons why I really like Devin Haney. He's just a great guy. And by the way, he's a big guy. He's big for 147, 140, but 47 pounder, he's big for that. That's one of the reasons why I do like Devin Haney. I'm a fan of him. I think his father does a great job with him. Some people don't like his father, the way he promotes. That's him promoting his son. He is not like that outside as much, but he's honest, and his son is a great guy. He's a great kid. It was tremendous to my son. My son is an amateur boxer. Now he's doing basketball and football, but he was an amateur boxer at the time, and he was very good to him. So anyway, back to your picks. Who are you liking?
I think I picked San Francisco last podcast we had. I thought it was like 27-17. I thought I picked.
Yes, and
I think the 49ers.
I was going 34-17, but I'm going with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to put some numbers on the board. Did I say the Chiefs?
No, you said 49ers.
No, 49ers. I'm sorry, 49ers. Okay. I'm not a football guy. I played football as a kid, and I got stung by a bee, and but I was good. I was a good defensive player, but not offensive. Not good.
And on the kickoff, you were good on the kickoff.
Good on a kickoff, yeah. Good on kickoffs, kickoff return. But those things went on. Also, this week I want to get us to do something on a regular basis. We're going to do a live, but what we're going to do is we're going to put up in the post, in the community post, we're going to do since you're good at fantasy football and all that nonsense, a fantasy mat boxing fight.
Okay.
We're going to break it down, who we feel is going to win, why they would win, and we're going to have a poll set up.
Anytime. It could be any.
It could be any era.
Okay.
But obviously same weight classes, maybe one above, one below. So if 4 to 47, it could be they meet at 45, they meet at 50. Right in there. Where they could possibly fight. It can't be Wilder versus Tank. I mean, you can't do that.
I know, of course.
We can't do that. Not at all. And there we go. We got, hey guys, much love and respect from Crusher. Crushik 559. Yes, I did see him posting. Crusher, thank you very much. We appreciate everything you guys do for us, and supporting our podcast here. We do. We appreciate it. So let's go with that. So be on the lookout, guys, as you're sitting here on the live. Like and subscribe to the channel. Please share it. Have people subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers soon. We'll be on. I'm thinking probably.
Just remember, everybody out there. Just remember, if I'm 189, George is giving me $1,000 cash.
If he walks in, I weigh in that day, and it'll be, what day is that? April 27th. The fight is April 27th. I weigh in probably about 2:00. 189 is the contract weight. If Coach Diaz comes in at 189, I will give him $1,000 in cash, $10 for every pound under. There is no possible way he's going to weigh in under me. I can tell you that. We have I think the 49ers win. McCaffrey has a great game. Style boxing. I think you are correct.
I think McCaffrey's going to be the MVP.
Big year for him. Big year. Why did they get rid of him? Why did the Panthers?
They were just, I think it was contract year. I don't know. They were losing. There was no purpose of keeping him there.
Man, it wasn't good. I thought, man, they're going to get rid of CMC. I said, shit, I guess pretty good. But again, guys, thank you for joining the chat. We appreciate everything you guys do. We got one more coming in. Yeah, Mickey, you're right. That is not. Again, I'm a big Haney fan. I love his style. He's very good.
I just can't see them fighting. I just can't see them.
I just don't think Garcia is as good as what they think. I think he's more of he's a good looking guy who doesn't have the skills and heart and determination that an Oscar De La Hoya had. So yes, you have a guy who is a good fighter, great skills, but you have to do something extra to be in the ring. When it gets very uncomfortable, you got to be able to fight. Look, he would beat the daylights out of me, beat the brakes off me any day of the week. But that is not my job. I'm a bagel guy, and I used to box, and I'm boxing in April. But I get it. But he couldn't come here and make bagels. I can't go in the ring and do what he does. I can give my opinions. He could come here and say my bagels suck. He could say whatever he wants. I'm giving you my opinion on him. Good kid, great fan following, knows how to market. Boxing is you don't play boxing, and I think he's gonna have himself in a hell of a lot of trouble.
He made himself look bad on the podcast he was at, Patrick Bet-David. There's obviously something going on.
Sogi again comes in, 2-part question for us. Thoughts on Tank? Well, he has Abdul Wahid
Yeah.
career, and thoughts on a YouTube celebrity boxing. 2-part question. Coach, want to take that first?
Let's see. I think Tank needs to fight. Go up in weight, like we've been saying for a whole time. Just go up in weight, start taking the super fights, and then let's see the celebrity boxing.
What do you think of it?
I think I like it.
Sogi personally likes it. Sogi personally,
I like it. I mean, trust me, I was following Jake Paul when Jake Paul was fighting MMA guys. I was like, oh, because I wanted to see him get knocked out. Certain people, I'll watch it, but when you have like Slim and all that other stuff, I wouldn't watch it. Jake Paul, I just want to see him get knocked out. But
let's take the first part of the for Tank. Tank, I think I think they're stalling his career a little bit, only because I think he has the talent to do this. I think he has the talent to really carry boxing. I think they're stalling a little bit. They're really sticking on that weight with him. They're like, no, this is who he fights. This is what he does. He only fights this way. Personally, it's just me. I like that they stay at the same weight. You know what I mean? Like, I've always questioned why De La Hoya had to keep moving up, and then he got embarrassed by Bernard Hopkins. But De La Hoya was a phenomenal fighter, 39, 40, 46, 40, 47. He was a phenomenal fighter, but they kept moving him up. At some point, someone's going to catch him. Bernard Hopkins caught him. Tank's career is stalling because, I mean, he's doing phenomenal, but he's not moving to the place where he could be a superstar. The only way you're going to be a superstar is if you beat the guys that are there. You got to fight those people. You can't not fight them. You can't not. You have to fight them. You can't fight guys and as Sogi's saying, people are starting to label him as the bum slayer. Kind of. I mean,
that's why he has to move. He has to have the super fights.
Okay, but is he going to fight Devin Haney for less than $30 million? They're fighting over A side, B side.
Yeah.
Devin Haney, Tank, great fight. Rolly was a good fight for Tank, but is Rolly on Haney's level? No way. No. Isaac Cruz gave Tank trouble. Broken hand or not, gave him trouble. So where's Tank Linus? If you look at his career, who is he?
And Isaac Cruz, didn't he have like a couple weeks to fight?
I think he had 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Who pulled out of that? Was it Ryan Garcia who pulled out? No. Somebody else pulled out of that fight. So, and he's never gotten a rematch. Never gotten a rematch.
Yep.
I don't know. At some point you got to start moving in the right direction. Again, I'm just a dumb bagel guy who does this and speaks about this a lot. Where is the people on his resume that compares to Devin Haney? It's not there.
It's not.
Lomachenko, Kambosos, say what you want about Regis Progress. Regis Progress, I think, would give people a tough time.
Yep. Ryan Garcia. I know he didn't fight Ryan Garcia.
No, he didn't fight Ryan Garcia. But people like that, Linares.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Tank would have an easy go with Linares. I don't.
Didn't Haney also go to another country to fight someone? Didn't he go to a different country? Didn't Haney go to a different country?
He went to Mexico, but that's why. Okay, look at Munguia. He's 42. He's 43-0 now. 42-0 when he was coming in, but he fought a lot of fights in Mexico, and they do that. And that's why, because they need to fight to get money.
Yeah.
So they do that a lot. They build up your record quick like that. They make you, Chavez 58-0 before he got to you know what I mean. That's just a lot there. There's a lot there. There definitely is. And as far as the YouTube stuff, I like it to an extent. I knew Damon Feldman very well. Not Dave Feldman, but Damon Feldman. Damon Feldman had the he would do the Delaware fights down in Delaware. They were like celebrity too. He had a guy who was like 450 pounds. And that's where my girl fought Joe Frazier's daughter. And so he put on a lot of that shit. Shit. And it was okay. It was okay for me. I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't. So it wasn't so bad. We have Mickey again coming through. Does Mick Conlon retire or have one more crack at it? He has all the skill in the world, but his chin resistance is gone for it. Yeah. I saw he got back-to-back knockout losses. It's a tough call. I mean, I'm not one to tell someone to retire. I would never say that. But Conlon is kind of, when your chin goes in boxing, that is like if your legs go, you got the ropes. If your hand speed goes, you got to fight a different way. You can't, you know, if your chin goes,
You get
it's a
hit.
wrap.
You get hit. You
You're
get hit.
gonna get hit. That's a wrap. Some Chuck Liddell type of fighter could take a baseball bat to the chin. Now you touch him and out he goes.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's one thing you don't want, unfortunately. So, Mickey, would I
think
say
I think it's a team. That's a team decision.
that's a team decision. Yeah, I'm not one to say anybody to retire because look at me. I'm 47, getting back in the ring, and I shouldn't be anywhere near the ring. You know what I mean? But I'm fighting someone on my same level. You know, obviously Sean is fought in the Nationals a bunch of times, but still, you know, you're 47. Like, what are you doing? You know, another one. Oscar didn't look good versus Sturm. No, he did not.
No, he
You
did,
were correct. He did not. Wow.
I haven't heard. I haven't heard that
boxing. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I just don't. I never understood that why they kept moving up. That was a great. That was on HBO. I remember seeing that. Yeah, he didn't look good. He didn't look good. Now, I actually thought Sturm won that fight. And I was like, oh, they gave it to him because they were setting up that Hopkins fight. They 100% wanted the Hopkins fight there. 100%. 100% there. Money talked. Yeah. Yeah, it did. I just said that. And it pops up there. Money did talk. You are correct. Sup, Wheezy? Oh, yeah, that's Mike from IGA. That's Weezilla Games. That's hilarious. Oh man. He went to Australia to fight twice a week. Yeah, even when Heyman was a champion. The only thing with that one, I think that was the money issue.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like Tank has never went to a different country to fight.
Yeah, I don't even know how he could. Really didn't.
I don't think he could do that. I don't think he'd do that now.
Who's that?
Tank. Is he under house arrest?
Yeah, but I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think they would let him back in. I don't think they'd let him in the country. I don't think unfortunately,
he can't leave the country. I don't think.
Oh, he can't leave. You know how it is with Canada. They don't let you in. They really don't. Like Canada or different. You know, they wouldn't let you in. There's a whole bunch of. That's what I think is going on with some of the other fighters there too. We have a couple other ones here. Basically, it's their amateur career. Yeah, 40. Yep, they do. That's what they do. You're 100% correct, and you would know that you are in that area down by Texas, which is one of the reasons why I don't think they accept Canelo as much as they should.
But Canelo, I will tell you this with Canelo, he has never backed down from a fight. Never. He's fought every fight.
I don't know. You might have to question that a little bit.
With who?
Benavidez has been mandatory for years.
It's coming down, but before
that's got to be a money thing. It has to be. But D-Style Boxing is correct on that. They do that. It's like their amateur career but they're getting paid because there's just not the monetary thing down there. I mean, we had a guy. You remember the guy? Don't say his name. Okay. Who was 20-0. Bunch of knockouts. I think he knocked out everybody. Mm-hmm. Then they went to fight the guy from Mexico who I'll just say his trainer got banned from boxing for some illegal stuff. And they said to us, you know, your guy fights for money. Our guy fights for food. And the guy from Mexico that we fought had about five losses. And every now and then a tornado flies through this area. So you do know who I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, God. Tank has gone to England a while back, though. Yes, you are correct. I don't know if that was prior to or after to the issue that just happened where he had the house arrest just come on.
Oh, no, that was way before.
I think that was way before.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
they're very, especially I think places like Australia, Canada, and England, they're extremely strict with that. Oh boy, look out, Michelle Norse. If your wife loses a few pounds, would you give her 1,000? Well, if my wife lost a few pounds, she'd be down to like 101. This Michelle Norse.
I'm not commenting.
Oh wow! This Michelle Norse has a friend called Daisley, and Her friend Daisy has a little bit of a belly. That's what I'll say. There, she'll figure that one out. Another question, guys. What do you think is boxing's biggest problem? Oh, where do you start?
Yeah. Too many belts, too many, promoters.
It's all
too
about
corrupt.
Here. Yeah, the corruption is very high. But here's issue number one. Issue number one is it is tied up with the money for the promoters. They tie up everything because they've made an investment, and the investment is they want the investment to pay off for them. Okay. So if I'm going to have Coach Diz fight, right, and you're going to fight Joe Schmo, well, if you lose to Joe Schmo, you're my guy. I want a piece of Joe Schmo. Mm-hmm. But why would I make that fight for Joe Schmo if I can make a different fight with Coach Diz and somebody else and keep that money myself? So that's number one. You need a commissioner that's going to handle that. Dana White is the guy who takes that and that controls it. Now, a lot of people don't like him because of the money situation, but listen, he controls it. No one's going to like the boss. Nobody. I don't care what job you're in. Nobody likes the boss. So what's your options? Your options are all this fragmented crap that you got going on, and nobody can make a fight. Mm-hmm. Look what's going on. Back in the 80s and 90s, you had Bob Arum, Don King. Every now and then they would connect with each other, but what you did know is you were going to get the best of the best because they are the only two who had the fighters. Every now and then you get a Frank Warren or Frank Maloney and they're thrown in there. But those are the two guys, Cedric Kushner every now and then. But those are the guys that they had. And you were going to fight. And they all had contracts with the big pay-per-view people. Oh. DirecTV, ABC, CBS, whatever it was. They had that distribution. Okay. So now you have distribution, you have the contracts that you're making the money. Mm-hmm. Now you have streaming. People are stealing. People are doing. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. Believe me. You know who? And again, no names here again. A boxing guy, very famous boxing guy, that we know, who is now. I don't want to say that because you'll know who he is, but he cashed a check for $4 million. $4 million before our fight that we put on. And he stuck me for $400. And he goes around now saying how boxing is corrupt and the promoters and this and that. He's full of crap. He got me for $400. It's all the way through. It's all the way through. It's the only place that you could come in and the entry level is professional. You don't got to go a degree. You don't got to go to the minor leagues. You don't got to go to the G League. You come right in. You could be a professional. You could be a manager, a promoter, a GM, anything. It's the only sport in this country that you can do that. I think it's the only sport anywhere that you can just come in. Like you ain't gonna just jump on the cricket field and be the GM on a team in cricket.
Because there's a commission, there's just too much in it.
Honestly,
you have to be an NFL, to have an NFL team, you have to go through all these things.
All that crap. They're gonna pick up your tax returns.
Yeah,
they're gonna everything. You can't even remotely think of what's going on at that point. My God. But again, Sogi, that's the problem with boxing. And I've talked to Teddy Atlas about it, before in the podcast. It's a nightmare of a thing to do. Okay. My wild card of the year is Joseph Parker beats Shang and we'll go. Wow. Boy, that's
a wild card.
That's a wild card because they're definitely building that Zhang up to be a good. I did see him training. He's slow. That guy is slow. So I think you might be right, Mickey. I mean, there's a chance there, and I don't think that's such a big upset. I'd like to see what the odds are on that one. But I don't think that's such a big upset. Parker's not a bad fighter. He's actually pretty athletic too. Going on to win another world title, though.
That's where I said
that's tough. That's tough. He did beat the brakes off of Deontay Wilder there. Yeah, only come across your channel this month. Have to stay brilliant channel. You guys know, keep up the great work. Mickey, thank you very much. I did see you had subscribed. I did see that. We appreciate that. And you are from, I believe,
Ireland.
Ireland. Coming up soon, Mickey, if you we will announce it when we confirm it. There is a very big guest that we're going to have from Ireland. He will be on our channel. He is fighting in Madison Square Garden, St. Patrick's Day weekend. You could probably figure it out. We're just trying to get the details there. He'll be on the show. We have $400 when he made millions. Yeah.
And let me tell you, if you know who
Everybody knows who he is. He made $4 million. He cashed a check the week before, and he got me for $400.
But they don't know who we're talking about. Like if we say the name, but still.
Oh, if you say the name, you'd be like, that figures.
Yep.
You would. 100%. You'd say,
and they
yeah,
drove
I could see him
all
doing
the
it.
way up here too. They drove
What's
all the way
that?
up here. They drove all the way up here. Didn't they drive all the way up there?
They drove all the way up here. Yep.
So was it? If you didn't give him the 400, it was like, wow, we're gonna drive all the way back.
Yep. Yeah. No, and we didn't even have room for his guy on the card. But because he's such a big name, we're like, I'll put him on.
And didn't our fighter give it to? No, that was the.
No.
That was
Geez,
Cintron.
no.
That was Cintron's brother.
Yeah. That's right. Correct. You're right. Yep.
What
definitely.
happened to him at Cintron?
You know what? I know he's still down in Reading, PA. I know he's married, got a couple kids. Good guy, a good kid. He was a nice guy. I remember him and Jason, very good guys. Last time I saw him, he made a comeback, and he was winning the entire fight. He got knocked out in the last round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, like an overhand right.
He's the only fighter that got punched that I remember, and I know you know. You heard him say, "Ow!"
Oh yeah, that was against Sergio Martinez, the guy who knocked out Paul Williams. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the only part it looked like he got headbutted, right?
I don't know. It looked like he just.
I remember him going, "Ow!" I remember that. Yeah. And then he took a knee.
And he went to a knee. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Geez, that was a long time ago. Man, time's going by fast. Speaking of time, I think my wife is going to absolutely annihilate me here. We'll have to do this a little bit earlier, guys, but we'll definitely post it up when we're going. D City Boxing, thank you for joining. Mickey, thank you for joining. Michelle Norse, I don't know who you are, but thank you for joining. Sogi, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. What? Huh? Oh, Wheezy Zilla. Yeah, he came on there. Great guys. We do greatly appreciate you guys joining us again.
Right.
Like and subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Super chats are always open. Super thanks. Go check out our store right there at the bottom on the shop bar. But as always, as I say, Coach Diz, we will see you tomorrow, I guess, or next week.
I will see you tomorrow. Midway point.
What's that?
Midway point.
Yeah, tomorrow I'll meet you at Lime. I'll be over there. I deliver the bagels in there easily. And then, but as I always end my podcast with, don't be envious of what I've accomplished in my life. Be inspired by what you could do in yours, guys. Thank you. Have a good night.
Peace.